name's Kiara. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I don't really have any nicknames. You could just call me my name. My faculty at my home university, which is York University, is social work. And at Chula, I was in the international program. It was a pretty broad program, but I did end up taking a lot of like social sciences, so it kind of fits into my program back home.
Hey, my name is Patrick and I'm from Cambodia. I'm currently a senior student at the Department of Media and Communications of Royal University of Phnom Penh. And the degree that I did during my exchange semester in Thailand was also Communication Management under the Faculty of Communication Arts.
Hello, sawadee ka. My name is Vera. I was an exchange student together with Riu at Chula, and I'm from Berlin, Germany. And here I study at the Humboldt University in Berlin. My degree program here is like I study biology, and at Chula I was at Cana Vittayasat, which is Faculty of Science, and yes, they had an international program.
So I found out about Chula through an information session that the exchange program at my school held. They have a long list of schools that they have partnerships with, so if a student wants to go on to an exchange, they would have to choose from that list.
I think I knew Chula from my senior, because in my department there was like at least 1 or 2 students who applied and got selected for the exchange program to Chula every semester. So I got the information about them a lot about Chula. Yeah, I think I knew Chula from there.
Well, I knew that I always knew that I wanted to do an exchange semester, and especially I wanted to do it in Asia or Southeast Asia. And then I checked the partner universities of my home university here, and then I found out that they had a university in Thailand, Bangkok, which was Chula University, so I was really happy, and then I chose to go there.
I made the decision to choose Chula because I wanted somewhere that was just very far. Originally I was going to go to Jamaica, but that's a bit too close to home because that is part of my background. So I wanted something very different, so I said why not Asia, and after looking at all the options in Asia, I thought Thailand was just so beautiful and the Chula campus was breathtaking in the photos, so that's how I made my decision, and I don't regret it one bit.
I think the reason why I chose Chula was also because of them. Like they went on a exchange program there, so I got a lot of information about the school, the university, the program there, the living there, and it's not too far from Cambodia, and of course it's also because of scholarship. Yeah, I think that's why I chose Chula.
Yes, and Chula was the only option for Thailand, so that's why I chose Chula.
So I met Riu actually at, I think it was my first class ever. And I don't remember what class it was. I don't remember the exact name, which is really bad, I should. But yeah, I walked in and I think it was like a Western history. I don't remember. Anyways, it was one of those classes. And I remember walking in, and after a while I was like finding somewhere to sit, and he came up to me and he's just like, hey, are you an exchange student as well? And I said, yeah. And he just said, well, come sit next to me. And that's kind of how our friendship started. Very quiet person sometimes, so it was nice that he approached me first. And I remember after we left class, he was just like, well, a couple of things you need to know about me. I'm very loud, I'm very gay, and I'm a lot of fun. And I think from then I knew we were gonna have a great couple of months together, because, and we did have a great couple of months together. I wish it was longer, but I will see him again, hopefully soon.
I think we met like during a round trip for the exchange students in Chula, which was on like the second month during the exchange semester. It was an round trip, like the temple hopping in the tourist destinations in Bangkok. Yeah, I met him there.
Well, I think we first met at it was at the movie night. It was like an event organized by the International Club at Chula University, and it was an event for all exchange students but also Thai students to get to know each other. It was in the beginning of the semester, and yeah, that's where we met. I remember we watched a like Thai comedy movie, and then we went to MBK Center and had dinner there, and after that I think we also went to Khasan Road.
The first time that we met and my first impressions was just, like I said, we're gonna have a lot of fun. Wait.
I think my first impressions would be like, he's like sunflower, like sunshine, like something really bright. You know, that kind of like real bright and positive kind of vibe. I think you get the idea.
First impressions about Riu, well, he's a really extroverted guy and very friendly and welcoming and funny, and I think he accepts everybody just the way they are, so that's really nice character trait I like about him. I like about you.
Question is very difficult. It's what's your best moment that you had with Riu? And it's difficult because I found that of everyone that I met there, he was honestly my best friend, and I can't really minimize everything that we've done and choose just one moment that was great, because they were all great. From the first day that we met, I went back to his dorm room and we planned like trips that we wanted to go on, and then I think the following week or two after, we went to Hua Hin together, and that was a lot of fun. We got to see a lot, and it was actually the only time that while I was there before the pandemic I was on a beach, which is crazy, so I'm glad we took that initiative and just went for it. It's definitely a go-getter, somebody who's very determined, impulsive in the best way possible, because he doesn't miss out on things and he just pushes you to just keep going and keep having fun. And I was so grateful for that energy that he had throughout everything, even when things were difficult when the pandemic started. So my favorite moments are honestly all of them, and I know that sounds a bit cheesy, but they were. He really made my experience there. I don't know what I would do without him. He was always a phone call away, a message away, always planning something, getting me out of my house, and it was just nice having him around. It really was.
Oh, I think there are so many, but oh, I remember on my birthday, Rio, Giselle, Fat, Suchi, and I went for like partying, and we went back from the club, and we were so drunk that night that I took Rio's phone and sent a voicemail to his friend in the swear word in Filipino, the P word. I think you know what that word is.
Best moment with Riu. I would probably say it would be partying or dancing in Sugar Club in Bangkok. Yeah, that was the last time when I went to a club before Corona, so it's a really nice memory.
Let me think. This is gonna sound kind of weird, but the moment I got through customs when I first landed and I was just in the airport, I remember it was just such a sunny day, and the flight there, I've never been on a flight that long. It was 13 hours the first flight, 10-hour layover in don't remember exactly where, Shanghai in China, and then another 4-hour flight to get to Bangkok. So that traveling there alone just took a lot out of me. It's the longest flight I've ever taken. So when I finally got there after working like months and months and months to save up to afford my exchange, it was just such a I felt like I could just sail. And it was such a beautiful sunny day, and there are so many not open windows, but just so many windows and just sunlight coming in, and it was just warm. And I left during the winter time in Canada, so I came and it was just sunny, it was warm. I remember the Uber driver that came to pick me up, he was just so welcoming and so smiling. He taught me some Thai, he taught me so just a bunch of little good things to know while I was there, and it was just such an inviting, welcoming, and it was a good invitation to kind of see, or a good peek in to see what was to come. And that was actually my favorite moment, the first time I stepped foot in the country.
What I like most about being an exchange student in Thailand is, or I think that probably fits to everywhere where you do your exchange, you feel really like you live there and you feel more integrated there, so you don't feel like a tourist. You feel like you have a good reason to be there, and that's what I like the most. Especially also what helped to get this feeling was that at Chula we had to wear uniforms. Yes, I like that.
Favorite Thai food was the vegetarian pad thai. Okay, I know it's very basic, but I don't eat a lot of meat, so it was kind of hard for me to kind of find food there. So I was grateful. There was like a small vegetarian restaurant at MBK Center upstairs in the food court, and I used to always go there, and the woman there was so sweet. I used to go there for like lunch, during my breaks when I was off class. I would go there for dinner. Sometimes I would travel all the way to MBK just to get food from there, and she was the sweetest thing ever. I remember one time I didn't go for a while, and I came back and she was like, "Oh, where'd you go? I haven't seen you in so long." But yeah, it was probably the pad thai from there, but I ate so many delicious things while I was there, so the food was definitely a highlight.
I think I'm stuck between pad see ew and suki. You know, Thai food mostly is really spicy, and I can't really eat spicy food, so these two are like the exceptions.
This is really hard because I love all kinds of Thai food. I love spicy food, but my favorite, I would say noodle soup, like tom yum noodle soup, nam tok noodle soup, or I also like Isan food, like papaya salad, or these like the sour soup, I think it's called tom sap, or yes, pad see ew.
Okay, I didn't get to travel around Thailand a lot. I only got to go to Hua Hin, and then we went to a national park. I don't remember what it was called. I think it was Khao Yai National Park. And you know what? Yeah, I would say that the national park was probably one of the best places to visit. I think that a lot of people automatically think, go to the beaches, and definitely you should while you were there. But the national park was something a bit different. I went with Riu, Eric, and Daniel, and we found this cute little like cabin-y kind of setup to stay at. We took a bus there, and we paid for a tour, and the tour was so much fun. It was so worth it. We actually got to see an elephant going through the forest, which was so lucky because it's so rare that you get to see it. So it was truly a blessing. It's actually at the end of the tour, so we were very lucky. I would say the national park, right? It's something a bit different, but you're still getting a lot out of it, and it was a lot of fun. Even the car rides through the tour, it was so scenic, and there's a bunch of monkeys chasing after us. It was really nice.
Oh, don't judge me. Because I would recommend you to go to Chinatown, What Road, because I'm half Chinese. I don't know, I really like that vibe there. And of course, the best part about that area is food. Oh, I'm craving for that tasty toasted bun. And another area that I would recommend you to go in Bangkok would be Bang Ra area. It's called like a creative or an artistic district, based on what Sushi told me. It's like there are a lot of art galleries and cafes and street art. Yeah, I think it's a really good place for you to like explore, walking and exploring, especially if you like art. Oh my god, honestly I didn't get many chance to travel before the lockdown, but I think I would recommend you to go to Koh Lan. It was a trip that I went on with them. It was, I think it's an island near Pattaya, and I like the view there, and it was not so crowded, and the beach and the atmosphere, the air, and it's not too far from Bangkok as well.
I really liked Wat Arun, which is a temple in Thailand, in Bangkok at Chao Phraya River, and it's really beautiful. It looks a bit different than the other ones, so it felt more special to me. And what I also liked is all the food markets or clothing markets. I really like Chatuchak. Well, I think this is basic, but it's really nice place to go, and yeah, you can always find things there, and it's so huge, so you can spend all day shopping there. Of course, Bangkok is a really nice city to explore, but also for me, I like the north of Thailand. I like the mountains, especially Nan, but also the islands. And my favorite island maybe is Koh Tao, which is in the southeast. And yeah, I think it's a great mix there of relaxing, beautiful nature, beaches, snorkeling, but also a bit party, but not too much and not too touristic. So that's what I like the most, these places.
The biggest lesson that I learned from all my research I've done about Thailand before I got there is that it's all wrong. So in terms of my biggest piece of advice is to expect nothing. Expect nothing, right? We need to remember that all the pictures you see of these beaches and these places are so heavily edited now that it kind of messes up the reality of what it looks like. It's still beautiful nonetheless, but it's just different. Even the advice that, people who have traveled there before will give you, that advice, take it with a grain of salt, because their experience is going to be entirely different than yours, and that's something that I definitely felt, right? I packed a bunch of stuff, clothing wise, that weren't even accurate to what people were wearing there because of bad advice that I read on the internet. And in the end, I realized I really could have just dressed like myself. I could have been like myself. And yeah, so don't try to over research things. Honestly, pack what makes sense and go with an open mind, and that's all you need.
I think it's been sad and it's redundant. Like a change program would change your life, would upgrade your life. I wouldn't say so, but still, a change program does open a lot of opportunities for you to meet a lot of like-minded people from all over the world, and also to experience a lot of things outside your comfort zone. So, but I think it still depends on you, yourself, and how you make use of that experience. But yes, I do recommend you to grab that chance if possible to go on a change.
I would say it's definitely worth the work. First, in the beginning, it may seem a lot of work because you have to apply like 1,000 times, and you really have to be on time. Like I applied, I think 1.5 years or 1 year before I left my country. So yes, you have to be on time. And yeah, but if you have the chance, I would also recommend to go, if it's possible, to go for 2 semesters and not just for 1, because 1 semester it passes so quickly. So I had the chance to stay there for 2 semesters, and I really was happy with my decision that I stayed there for 2 semesters.